As I mentioned in the notes, we're just kind of previewing Q-plots at this point because you kind of need a little bit for what it's talking about with normality, because it's another way to check normality. We are going to come back and do more with it in Chapter 6. But for now, we're just kind of working on the basics of creating one, kind of the real basics of what it means. Now, with creating one, this is something that you can do for part 4. And again, it's going to make more sense once we get to chapter 6 and we're starting to talk about assessing normality. For right now, we just want to work on the mechanics. And StatCrunch is actually the best way to make your Q-plot. And so you can see I've just got a random data set in here. Doesn't need to be in order or anything like that. This is in order because it came from somewhere else. But you are going to go here to your graph and you're going to use this QQ plot. And you are going to make, and you're just going to click on it and compute. And this gives you your Q-plot. Now you'll notice here that the quantile values, so these are the z-scores here. And again, it's going to make a lot more sense as we get into chapter 3 and then chapter 6. And then the values are on the X. Most of the ones that MyMathLab makes are reversed. And so when you're looking at this, like this would be perfectly fine for your project. Don't care which way you go. But as you're trying to compare in MyMathLab, you might want these flipped to make it easier. How do you do that? Well, same thing. You're going to go here to QQ plot and pick it. But click this right here, which is normal quantiles, and this is just going to flip those places. So you can see this is the same graph. It just now put those z-scores up here and then the values down here. So all it's doing is switching X and Y. So just kind of a tip as you're looking at the homework that you might need to do that. And now you might be able to do it in your head and go, oh, I can see how that's flipped. It's going to look different. If you're not a very visual person, though, this is a good trick to know.